What you are looking at right now is one of the very popular images to have been taken, especially for those who took science subjects. One person that I know whose fame went beyond the science faculty is Professor Albert Einstein. And for the remaining guys, I think for you to be able to know them, you must have taken either chemistry or mathematics or physics. Maybe in that case, even if you have not yet seen this image, then perhaps you must have seen their names in the invented equations, something like that. Yes. And one thing about this photo is that it is being described by those who are familiar with the people in the photo. It is being described as one of the very intelligent photo, or one of the very intelligent images to have ever existed. Why is it being described so? It is being described so because most of the people who have been featured in this image, they have somehow been involved in some sort of invention. If they have not invented maybe any scientific equipment or vessel, maybe they might have invented some equation, or Schrodinger equation or something like that. Yeah, so that's why it is being described as one of the very intelligent photos to have ever existed. Yeah, but one thing which people fail to notice is that most of scientific revolution and contribution in the science world was a product of the meetings that were done during the Solvay conference. As you can see, for example, this is one of the, this image is one of the meetings that were done in that Solvay conference. And for you who have no idea about Solvay conference, is that from year 1919, yes, Mr. Solvay, who was one of the scientists, and of course he was a businessman in Belgium. Yes, he started to host these conferences where he collected different professors from different places, especially in the field of chemistry, mathematics, and physics. Yes, and they were meeting in Belgium, Brussels, and discuss about different science subjects. Yeah, so what I think many people fail to understand is that most of the contribution in the physics, including the theory of general relativity, was a product of these conferences. And anyway, without discussing further, now here's my point. My point is that when two or more people meet to discuss or to do anything in one accord, the result is always so much big. And this has even been explained in the Bible. If you have been reading a Bible, I believe you must have crossed paths with a certain verse which says, if one or two people meet in my name, there I will be among them. Actually, not exactly, maybe those are not the exact words that were being used, but that tells that when two or more people meet to do anything in one accord, there is an additional extra strong factor being added in their meeting, and this always increases the effectiveness of whatever that they have agreed to do. I hope you remember even those people who are building the Tower of Babel. As long as they were building that tower in one accord, that tower was going so high to the extent that even God himself was concerned, and he had to split the language to make them not understand each other, and that is when it came to an end. Again, of course, I didn't tell you my point. Now, let me go to my point straight. So we, as immigrants, as international people here in Finland, one of the major reasons we have been going through a very hard time finding jobs, establishing business, is because we have adapted to a life of isolation. We are isolated from the locals. We are isolated from ourselves. Everyone is living on his own way. Of course, everyone is trying to fight and hoping to achieve something after a particular time has passed. But what we fail to understand is that when we start to come together, to think together, to talk together, and try to do the things together, the outcome will be different and perhaps will be more effective. That is my message I wanted to give to you. So the only way we can overcome the current challenges that we are going on right now is to find a way to come together. Now, maybe another question would be, so who will start? Who will begin this journey? Well, some people have started, and I'm really delighted actually to see, for example, in the city of Vasa, I've seen some of the brothers have started, some meetings, some podcasts over there. I've seen some other people in the city of Helsinki, Espoo, are starting some podcasts. But the thing is, they don't get enough support from other immigrants out there. I have no idea why. But not only them, even here in Kuopio, I have started some initiative that can allow us as talented immigrants to come together and discuss. Remember, regardless of how much you are talented, if you are isolated, there is always a very minimum chance that you can ever achieve any big thing. You might make some very small achievements, but if you want to get the massive success, you're gonna have to add the strength with other people, and that is when it will become effective. Anyway, keeping the long story short, it's like this. If you are living in the city of Kuopio here in Finland, there is a platform that I have created in Facebook and on LinkedIn. And this platform, I've called it Kuopio Talents. And these are the groups in LinkedIn and group in Facebook. If you search Kuopio Talents, you should get a group. And in this group, you will see many other international people that have joined there. This group is yours as an international resident here in Finland. And yeah, so in these groups, there are two main things that you can do. Number one, this is the place where you can get to connect with other internationals in the region. You can get to see them, you can get to connect with them, you can talk to them and something like that. But number two thing, this is the place where you can start to demonstrate your talent. So if there is anything that you can do that can be constructive, that can add up some value to any community, be it the international community, be it the Finnish community, be it any community here, if it can add value and you strongly believe in your heart that this is valuable for this community, you can demonstrate here. You see, we are in the world now. It's not about how talented you are. It's not about how deserving you are. It's about how can you stand out? How can you stand out? And you only stand out because you have shown yourself, as in what can you do? You see, standing out, actually, it's easy because we are all unique. If anyone would decide to do the things the way he is or she is, definitely you will be unique from all others. And all you need to do now is to make sure that others see you for your strength, not your weakness. Put your sickness aside. Put forward your strength. If you have any talent, any skill, anything that you think you can do or you are already doing, please use these platforms to make sure that you show the world what you can do here in Finland. And this is number one thing that we need all to do to make sure that the Finnish society, the Finnish government, they see our talents and they know how much capable we are. Yeah, so those are the two things that you can get out of this platform. So these platforms, Kuopio Talents, if you're in the city of Kuopio, just know that it is your platform. I may be the one who have started these groups, but you belong to the groups and the groups belongs to you because you are part of the community and you make the community. Let's connect together. If you know another brother or sister who is out there, isolated, doesn't have any community, tell them to join this community. I always publish a lot of information. I publish about other communities that are existing here. I publish many other information that I believe is valuable. And a lot of other immigrants or international people here, they have been appreciating, saying that most of the information I share have been useful. So please make sure that we reach any other international talent here in Kuopio. We sit together in one accord, we show our talents, we connect to each other, and last but not least, we contribute positively to the Finnish society, because it is the society that has accepted us here in Finland. So thank you so much and see you soon. Bye-bye.